He went to meet a stranger from an app. What happened next is chilling. Part 1. The meeting. It began on an ordinary Friday night in 2018. Ryan Mitchell, a 24-year-old college graduate from Portland, Oregon, was scrolling through his phone, half bored, half curious. Like many young adults, he had downloaded a popular social app not for dating exactly, but for meeting new people. Ryan was friendly, trusting, and eager to make connections. That night, he struck up a conversation with someone who called herself Lena_92. She seemed witty, sharp, and strangely tuned into Ryan's interests. They chatted for hours about music, movies, and their frustrations with life. By midnight, Ryan felt as if he'd known her for years. The next day, Lena suggested they meet. "Let's just grab coffee," she typed. Public place, no pressure. Ryan hesitated. His friends often warned him about strangers online, reminding him of news stories where meetups went horribly wrong. But Lena seemed different, normal, relatable, even sweet. Against his better judgment, he agreed. On Sunday afternoon, Ryan told his roommate, Mark, that he was going out to meet someone. Mark raised an eyebrow. "From that app?" he asked skeptically. Ryan laughed it off, saying, "Relax, it's just coffee. I'll be back in an hour." Those were the last words Mark ever heard from him. Ryan drove to a busy downtown cafe, but when he arrived, Lena texted, "Change of plans to crowded here. Can you meet me 2 blocks over? It's quieter. Tell us where you are watching us from." Surveillance cameras later showed Ryan leaving his car, looking around, and walking toward a side street lined with warehouses. From there, he vanished. When Ryan didn't come home that evening, Mark assumed he had gone out for drinks. But by midnight, when Ryan's phone went straight to voicemail, panic set in. His family was called, police were notified, and within 24 hours, Ryan was officially listed as missing. At first, detectives thought it might be a simple case of a young man staying out too late, but then they dug into his phone records. The last text messages revealed the mysterious Lena_92, and investigators quickly realized Ryan had walked straight into a trap. And this was just the beginning of a chilling mystery that would send shockwaves across the country. Watch out for Part 2. He went to meet a stranger from an app. What happened next is chilling. Part 2. The investigation. When Ryan Mitchell's family reported him missing, the Portland Police Department immediately opened an inquiry. What struck investigators was how clean the disappearance looked. No signs of struggle, no car abandoned in the middle of nowhere, just Ryan's vehicle parked neatly by the cafe, his phone gone, and a trail of messages leading to Lena_92. Detective Maria Sanderson, a seasoned investigator with years of experience in cybercrime, was assigned to the case. The first thing she did was pull the app records. What she found was alarming. Lena had no verified photos, no friends linked, and her profile had been created only 2 weeks earlier. It was a ghost account, existing for one purpose: to lure someone in. The FBI's cyber unit was called in to assist. They traced Lena's IP address and discovered it bounced through multiple servers. Classic tactics of someone hiding their location. But there was one slip-up. During their late-night chats, Lena had briefly turned on video. The screen had been dark, but in a single frozen frame, analysts noticed a blurry reflection in a window, a male figure. This discovery changed everything. Lena_92 wasn't Lena at all. Meanwhile, Ryan's family went public, pleading for his safe return. News outlets picked up the story. Young man vanishes. After meeting stranger from app, the case struck fear across the city, especially among young people who regularly used similar apps. Detectives retraced Ryan's steps that night. Security cameras showed him leaving the cafe and walking toward the warehouses. One grainy camera further down the street captured Ryan talking to a figure in a dark hoodie. Within minutes, they both disappeared behind an abandoned storage unit. That was the last known footage of Ryan alive. Police searched the warehouse district and found something: chilling scuff marks on the ground, a dropped coffee cup that matched Ryan's order, and a piece of duct tape crumpled in the corner. No blood, but enough to suggest a confrontation. As pressure mounted, tips poured in. Some claimed Ryan had been spotted in nearby towns. Others suggested he ran away voluntarily. But detectives knew better. Ryan's credit cards, bank account, and phone activity were completely silent. The turning point came when tech analysts cracked into Lena's deleted messages. Hidden beneath the chats with Ryan were conversations with other victims. Dozens of people had been approached, mostly young men, all invited to meet under similar circumstances. Ryan was the only one who showed up. And then investigators got their first real lead. A burner phone connected to Lena's account pinged off a cell tower miles outside Portland near an isolated wooded area, known for old cabins. A search team was dispatched immediately. He went to meet a stranger from an app. What happened next is chilling. Part 3. The chilling truth. The discovery of Ryan's belongings inside the remote cabin escalated the case into a full-blown manhunt. FBI agents, state troopers, and local detectives swarmed the wooded area. Bloodhounds were deployed, drones scanned the dense forest canopy, and search teams combed through every trail. But despite hours of searching, Ryan was still missing. Then, a chilling breakthrough. Forensics recovered fingerprints from the duct tape and wrappers inside the cabin. The prints matched Ethan Cole, a 34-year-old man with a disturbing history. Years earlier, Ethan had been arrested for stalking women online, but was released after serving a short sentence. Records showed he had also posed as different people on dating apps, luring victims into vulnerable situations. This time, however, Ethan's tactics had grown far more dangerous. Investigators dug deeper into Ethan's past and uncovered a terrifying pattern. He wasn't just catfishing strangers for attention, he was targeting them. His online profiles followed a specific formula: create a fake persona, build trust, arrange a late-night meeting, and then make the victim disappear. Several unsolved missing persons cases in nearby states suddenly aligned with his movements. The FBI was horrified. Ryan might not have been his first victim. The breakthrough. 2 days after finding the cabin, a neighbor in the woods called police about a suspicious truck parked near an abandoned mine. Agents rushed to the scene. Inside the truck, they found rope, gloves, and Ryan's cell phone powered off but intact. The mine itself was searched immediately. Deep inside, they made a grim discovery: a makeshift holding area, chains on the wall, food containers, and notes scribbled on paper. One note read, "You shouldn't have trusted me." Another was worse, "He's mine now." But then came a miracle. In a corner of the mine, hidden beneath a pile of tarps, Ryan was found alive but weak. His wrists were bruised, his face pale, but he was breathing. He had been held captive for nearly 3 days. When Ryan saw the rescuers, he whispered one word: Lena. The capture. Hours later, Ethan Cole was finally caught. Police tracked him to a rundown motel where he had been hiding, preparing to flee. When SWAT surrounded the building, Ethan tried to escape out the back, but he was tackled and arrested. During interrogation, he showed no remorse. Cold and calculating, he admitted to creating Lena_92 and luring Ryan, but he refused to explain why. All he said was, "Because he came when others didn't." The statement sent chills through investigators. Tell us where you are watching us from. Watch out for the final part.